Вітаю вас на каналі Мандрівка в небо. Сьогодні у нас інтерв'ю з американцем Полом. Щось він хоче нам розповісти українському народу. Тож передаю слово Полу.
Добрий день, Ukraine. I am Paul Ford O'Neill. I was born in the United States of America near the city of Seattle, which brings you Microsoft, Amazon, and other great technologies. And today, this is the 7th of March, 2022. It is the 30th anniversary of my service to Our Lady, Queen of Peace. So I am delighted to be here with Sergey and with our Italian friend Alessio, so that we can talk about the situation in Ukraine. 20 years ago, I came to Medjugorje and lived here for 4 years. And this year, 2022, I have been living here almost 2 years. I arrived in the summer of 2020. I had many different jobs in America, everything from working on Wall Street in stocks and bonds, and even I worked 30 years ago, 40 years ago now, 35 years, I worked with the team that made the first PC in the hand. So it was the great-great-grandfather of the machine here, the smartphone, that is translating our conversation. So I've done many things in life and enjoyed all my jobs. Well, Ukraine is in a difficult situation. Ukraine has been invaded by the Russian army. I almost said Soviet. But Ukraine is in the same situation that Poland was in 40 years ago, when Pope John Paul told the Polish people that they had to fight, but they cannot kill. They must resist the Russians, and they also must resist the people from the West who would try to manipulate them. And this is the weapon. It's very simple. It's the Holy Rosary. The Portuguese prayed the Holy Rosary in 1917, and the Masonic government was thrown out. The Austrians prayed the Holy Rosary in 1955, and the Soviet army left. The Poles prayed the Rosary in 1980s, and the Polish communist government fell. So the great historic prayer of the Rosary was at a place called Lepanto, where the Muslim navy was about to invade Italy, and an inferior Christian navy prayed the Rosary, went to battle with the Rosary in their hand, and completely destroyed the Muslim naval forces. In other history, the history of Vienna, King Sobieski of of Poland came to the rescue of Vienna when the Ottoman Empire was about to invade and destroy Vienna in the 1600s. So the weapon, the ultimate weapon available to the Ukrainian people today is the Holy Rosary. They must pick it up in groups, in their churches, on the streets, and pray the Rosary, and the war will be ended very quickly. Very important, the Blessed Mother, in her message of this month, which was given a day after the war began, she said, little children, return to God and to prayer, to fasting, and to renunciation for all those who are downtrodden, poor, and have no voice in this world without God. Well, right now the Ukrainian people are downtrodden, and they are being crushed by opposing forces. So the West must fast, we must pray, and we must renounce all political or military solutions, and we must accept the religious solution, which comes from the Queen of Peace. So the absolute first thing the Ukrainian people must do is they must stop any violence. It starts with each individual. They must say, I will no longer pick up a gun. I will no longer participate in this madness. And then they must pick up the ultimate weapon. Remember, in World War II, the American Air Force dropped the first atomic bomb on a city called Hiroshima and killed hundreds of thousands of people, except for 8 Jesuit priests who were praying the rosary at the moment the bomb went off, literally over their heads. They had not a scratch on them, and they lived into the 60s and into the 1970s without any problems from the bomb. The Ukrainian people will have the same protection with the rosary.
До зустрічі на каналі.
Ciao!
Чао.
Here.